Hello and welcome to the Daily Draft, where we take Magic one draft at a time. My name is Morgan, and this is an Oath of the Gatewatch pack per win Swiss draft, because it is Wednesday, or it will be when this draft goes up. So we'll give everybody else a few seconds to get in the queue, and then we'll get started. Ooh. Hello, big giant flying creature. Obviously, a little bit better than sealed. I've gotten wrecked by this card several times in team over the course of... Or I had gotten wrecked by that card several times over the course of GPDC, but it's still pretty sweet. 5/5 flyer, really hard to deal with. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't think there are any edicts in this format, are there? Well, we'll find out, I guess. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Just a big dude. Should be noted, I probably shouldn't pick any more of these up. So if you see me like trying to sneak in more 7-drops, you should not stand for it. It's not a good idea. I do like an isolation zone. Unfortunately, blue-white isn't really a great synergistic color combination, but we can still take removal. That's fine. Other cards in that pack were not nearly on the level of Isolation Zone. At this point, I'll take Isolation Zone over just about anything. Speaking of white cards, I think I take an Ondu War Cleric here. It's certainly one of the better cards in this pack. The uncommons are lackluster, Void Shatter's fine, but not great. And the Vampire Envoy and the Scion Summoner are good, but they're on this about the same level as Ondu War Cleric, and Ondu War Cleric is the same color as our removal spell. So we're gonna go ahead and take it. Alright, going into this pack, we're looking at Stalking Drone being probably the best creature. There's a Makindi Aeronaut, which is fine with War Cleric. It's not great. The other blue card in the pack is Umara Entangler, which is definitely on the weaker side. I think I take Stalking Drone. I'm fine passing a Makindi Aeronaut, whereas if I end up in green, then I'll want the Stalking Drone. Here, I could take Bailoff Pulp. I could also take Zadis Commando. I think I want to take Bailoff Pulp. Just because green, I like green-white a lot better than I like red-white. Sphinx of the Final Word may not be happening, unfortunately, but it was still the pick in that pack. Obviously, now I'm wishing that I had taken that other Zadis Commando. Spawnbinder Mage is fine. Pulsum Ross is fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and take, Zadis Commando. Got 7th pick Boulder Salvo, so maybe red-white or just red something is open. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Pretty happy with an Akum Flameseeker if I'm taking red cards. Crumbling Vestige also fine. Akum Flameseeker and Zada's Commando are buddies. One of the unfortunate things, I don't know where other people, well, I have an idea of where other people rank Zada's Commando, and it's usually not nearly as high as I do. Worth noting. I think I'd take Aggressor over, Kozilek Trigger is probably the best card in the pack, but this is a color that I might be playing. Wow. Alright, well, I'll take a Sky Scourer, I guess. So, okay. Boulder Salvo has to be a signal, right? Like, that card is pretty good. I don't know about the rest of this draft. Let's continue taking the good cards, I guess. Probably shouldn't do that. Probably should figure out a path and stay on it. I think Zulaport Chain Mage is better than Kazul's Toll Collector. I'd rather, if I have a deck with one of them in it, I'd rather it be the Chain Mage. The equipment deck is open. Just kidding. We opened there were 3 of those in the pool, I think. Just an awful lot of them. So, bright side, we're fairly open. On the other hand, the color that we want to be, which is probably blue, is definitely not open. Here, I think I just take the Oath of Chandra. It allows us to kind of work our way into whatever color in this color combination happens to be open. Well, there's a Malakir Soothsayer and a Flare Drone. I'm not gonna take Jorian. I think I take the Soothsayer, actually. I do like red-black allies quite a bit. Vampire Envoy and Freerunner in this pack as well. And we could still play, like, Mardu allies. Really bummed that I don't have that second Zadis Commando. But, yeah, Mardu allies is sweet. I mean, obviously, Sky Scourer and Eldrazi Aggressor, not the best in that particular archetype. And neither is Sphinx of the Final Word. Alright, so there's a Zadis Commando in this pack, but we're just taking the good removal spell. Yeah, not a lot to say about that pick. There is a Saddleback Legak in the pack as well. Probably not going to wheel the Zadis Commando, unfortunately. If this were sealed, I'd be all in on splashing this Baloth Null, but instead I'm just going to take the Flame Seeker because, well, first of all, we don't have a way to splash it, and second of all, Flame Seeker is actually good in the Red Allies deck. That's another Boulder Salvo. Okay, so red still fairly open from the looks of things. Here, Alpha Protector and McKinley Aeronaut are allies. I'm not actually sure whether I'm playing white or not. I have these two white cards. These two are not great. And I'd rather not be playing white. I think I want the Holdout Settlement over all of that. Ooh, okay. Flameseeker and Zulaport Chainmage are fine. I'm going to go ahead and take the Reality Hemorrhage, though. It's just a, solid removal spell. Here I'm going to take a Zadis Commando over a Press into Service. I think in the Allies deck you just want as many allies as possible, and we have a good enough late game as the Zadis Commando Malakir Soothsayer deck that I'm fine taking a Zadis Commando over what could be a finisher. Well, obviously people have not gotten the memo on Stalking Drone. There's also a Slaughter Drone, a Hedron Crawler, a Cinder Hellion, and a Brute Strength. A lot of these would be fine in our deck. I think I want to take the Slaughter Drone. It's a 2-drop creature that can attack. Hedron Crawler is fine, but I think I'd rather just have the 2/2. Here I'm going to take the Flare Drone. That was a solid wheel for us. Malakir Soothsayer and Flare Drone were the cards that we were looking at in that pack, so now I'm a little bit more confident about putting things like Sky Scourer and Eldrazi Aggressor in this deck. I mean, obviously it's not... Sky Scourer is not at its best, but it's got some... There's some potential there, actually. Probably not playing these guys. Gonna be real with you. Alright, so yeah, we're probably not playing these guys. Are there any, like, really good black-white cards? Well, obviously the best card in the pack. The only other good card for us is Silent Skimmer. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Quarantine Field. Yeah, we could splash double white. Who says we can't? Like, this card is just insane. So, we'll see. Alright, so there's a Retreat to Emeria, which is an ally-related thing. There's also a Chasm Guide and a Shatterskull Recruit that are allies. Sludge Crawler is just a solid creature. We're gonna go ahead and take the removal, though, because that's what you do. You take Touch of the Void over basically anything. Alright, there is a Stone Fury in this pack. I think I prefer to take the Dominator Drone at this point, though. We've got Reality Hemorrhage, Grasp of Darkness, Touch of the Void, and 2 Boulder Salvos, as well as an Oath of Chandra. So I think we're just going to take the Efficient Creature over the Stone Fury, especially since Stone Fury tends to go a lot later, and since we got so many late Boulder Salvos, I feel like we might still have the possibility of getting another late one. Well, we have an ally. There's also a big dumb dragon and an Evolving Wilds. And I think I'm just going to take the big dumb dragon. This deck could use a few more finishers, and this card is pretty good at that. Speaking of finishers, Resolute Blade Master is certainly a good one. I don't think we can justify taking it. There's a Demon's Grasp in this pack, which is, again, removal. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take that over the Resolute Blade Master, although it pains me a little bit to do that. Hello, Sanctum of Ugin. Not actually something that we can use. Vampiric Rites is kind of interesting, but we have 13 creatures right now. If there are any reasonable creatures in this pack, I would take them. As it is, I'm just going to take the Core Entanglers and put that on the sideboard. Here, there's a Stonewaker. There's also a Rune Processor, though, and we do actually have a way? Sure. Oh, a way to exile stuff that our opponent has. So we're going to go ahead and take it over the Stonewaker, because the Stonewaker is just kind of a lackluster creature anyway. Reckless Cohort's value is kind of increased because you have ways to tap it, so it doesn't have to attack each turn. I think I want to take that over Bone Splinters and Rune Processor. I like one Rune Processor. I'm not sure if I like multiples. And Reckless Cohort, obviously not ideal, but, you know, it's something that we have to do sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and take this Chasm Guide. Chasm Guide seems pretty sweet. I'll take a Blighted Step, I guess. Now we can probably cut Reckless Cohort and also Mindraker. Mindraker just isn't very good in this deck. Ooh, Shatterskull Recruit. Shatterskull Recruit's actually a decent upgrade to Kozilek's Translator in this particular deck. So we're gonna go ahead and take it. Deck looks sweet. Not a lot to say about it. There's a lot of removal. Like, we just got these guys and this guy, which isn't efficient, but it's a thing. These guys. Could have had another Zada's Commando, not bitter. So we're gonna add some basics. It's about 50-50. Yeah, Grasp of Darkness is double black, but we've got double red at our top end, so yeah, we'll run it like this. I'll see you guys in round 1.